You ever read a sentence that's so packed with jargon it just kind of makes your brain hurt? Well, today we're going to take one of those sentences, put it on the table, and crack it wide open.
And here it is. This is our puzzle. Recall that Material Requirements Planning, MRP, schedules materials and components for production. I mean, on the surface, that sounds like it was pulled straight out of a business textbook, right? It's a little dry, a little confusing.
But what if I told you that this one little sentence, describes the hidden system behind pretty much every single object you own, from the phone in your hand to the chair you're sitting on right now? Just stick with me, because we're going to deconstruct this piece by piece until it makes perfect, crystal clear sense.
Okay, so let's start with the easiest part of our puzzle, the very last word, production. It's a word we hear all the time, but what is it really in this context? That's it. It's really not complicated. At its heart, production is just a fancy word for making something. It could be a car, a smartphone, a coffee mug. You get the idea. Anything, really.
So, to keep things simple, and let's be honest, a lot more delicious, we're going to use one single example for this whole explainer. Our production goal is this. We're going to bake a beautiful, multi-layered cake. And just like that, one piece of our puzzle is solved. All right, so we know our goal is to bake a cake. Now let's look at the next part of our sentence, materials and components. So what do we actually need to make our product?
Think about it for a second. When you bake, you don't just grab a bin labeled cake stuff. No, you need a very specific list of items. But here's the thing. Not all those items are the same, and our puzzle sentence makes a really important distinction here.
And this breaks it down perfectly. Over on the left, we've got materials. These are the raw ingredients that you're going to transform, like flour, eggs, and sugar. But on the right, you've got components. These are the pre-made parts you just assemble, like sprinkles or a tube of pre-made icing. So the key takeaway is this. Materials get transformed and components just get assembled. Simple as that. Okay, so we have our goal, the cake, and we've got our list of materials and components. We're all set, right? We could just start? Not quite. This brings us to what is arguably the most important word in the entire sentence, schedules. This right here is the absolute key. See, just having a list of what you need isn't enough. If you get everything on day one, the eggs might go bad before you use them. If you wait too long to order those specialty sprinkles you wanted, they won't arrive in time for the party. Timing is everything.
A good plan is all about the timeline. Look here. On day one, we order the things that take a little while to ship. By day 3, they're here. Day 4 is for baking the layers, because they need a whole day to cool down properly before you can even think about frosting them. And then day 5, the day of the party, is for the fun part, final assembly and decoration. See? Every single step has its own specific time.
And this whole master plan, this timeline that makes sure you have exactly what you need, exactly when you need it, that is scheduling. It's the logic that turns a simple list of stuff into a successful project. Okay, we have all the pieces. We know what production is, we sorted out our materials and components, and we totally get why scheduling is so critical. So now, let's put it all together. And there it is, we're right back to our original sentence, but just look at it now. Material Requirements Planning. It's just the name for a system that does exactly what we just described. It schedules the materials, like our flour and eggs, and the components, like our sprinkles, that we need for production, baking the cake. See? It all just clicks into place. So a great way to think of it is like this. MRP isn't just one part of the plan. It's the entire operation. It's the recipe that tells you what you need, it's the shopping list that tells you what to buy, and it's the kitchen timer telling you when to do everything. It's basically the master brain of the whole project.
Now, this cake analogy is great for getting the concept down, but why do we even have a fancy acronym for it? Why does MRP matter so much in the real world?
Well, because when you're not making one cake but thousands of cars, the stakes are absolutely enormous. A system like MRP prevents a giant car factory from shutting down because they ran out of a single tiny screw. It stops a company from wasting millions of dollars on warehouses full of parts they don't need yet. It makes sure the phone you ordered actually arrives on its launch date. It is the invisible backbone of all modern manufacturing.
So, the next time you pick up your smartphone, or get in your car, or even just unwrap a candy bar, just remember that behind that simple object is an incredibly complex and perfectly timed plan. An MRP system was humming along in the background, bringing all the right pieces together at exactly the right time, just for you.
So we've deconstructed that corporate jargon and we've uncovered the simple, powerful logic that's hiding underneath. It's a system for getting the right stuff at the right time to achieve a goal. So my final question for you is this. What if you applied that same thinking, materials, components, and scheduling to a project in your own life? What could you build?